Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the new TEQ Broly in the Beast Gohan fight from the anniversary Superhero Blue Zone. It's arguable whether him or Gogeta were the hardest fight from that event, because I feel like Gogeta can be more annoying with the AoE and stuff like that, but can also be attack lowered. But Gohan with the rotation locking, I think, is probably one of the most annoying things about this event. We all know how much we hate rotation locking. So we're going into this with Broly's team. Obviously, running double Broly at the moment is very interesting because Movie Bosses has probably got, I would say, 4 at the moment really, really good, like, top levels, not the highest tier, I guess, but what we would call like the upper tier, like some of the better units in the game. The new Broly, AGL Broly, Cell Max, the LR Turles army, all very, very good. However, we also have units like, you know, with Movie Bosses, we've got Physical Turles, who I think is a bit of a risk to run, to be honest. We've got the Hirudegarn, who, you know, sometimes he could be really good, sometimes he could be absolutely terrible. Now, I want Cell Max to get hit to get built up, so I'm going to put him in slot 1, which does mean that this friend Broly, who is Rainbow but not Link leveled, which is a bit disappointing, does give Extreme Class allies crit by being in slot 2, so that's kind of useful. I want Turles floated off because we don't want Turles on rotation too much, really. But hopefully he can get some supers off, get his damage reduction built up nice and early. I mean, the strongest units on the team hopefully will carry the team. But yeah, Hirudegarn, Physical Turles is kind of only really here to be another planetary destruction unit on the team for the LR Turles army. He will probably be immediately replaced by Int Broly once we get his EZA. Hopefully we'll find out his EZA details. This is being recorded on the Friday, but may go up on the Saturday because I am out all day Saturday, so I've got to get stuff recorded ahead of time. I don't think his EZA details will drop tomorrow morning, but there is a slight possibility that when this video comes out, his EZA details are actually already out. If they are, and that is the case, I'll try and leave a comment on the video and pin it so that you guys know if you're watching this video and his details are out and you haven't seen them yet. But I don't think they'll be out until either Sunday morning or Monday morning, because I think his EZA is probably going to come out either on Tuesday or Wednesday next week, but we will see. Obviously, once we find out the details, I will let you guys know. I will do a team building guide as always. But yeah, Broly will hopefully immediately replace Turles. Really, we need another really good unit to replace Hirudegarn. Hopefully we'll get like an EZA for the LR TEQ Broly, maybe as part 2 or something. Definitely looking forward to something like that, but for now, we'll go for the good old leaving the Brolys untransformed on turn 1 so they can tank for us. This is a pretty decent rotation, shares a couple of links with the Turles army, including Legendary Power, which obviously doesn't really matter too much for Broly because he doesn't attack. But it's a pretty good spot for them. They do have enough, well, they should have, yeah, we've got double Broly leads. We've got the Cell Max isn't on there, funnily enough. We've got double Broly leads, we've got STR Turles army, we've got Physical Turles, and Hirudegarn are all the planetary destruction characters. Because that's the thing, like AGL Broly's really good to run on this team, but currently we would have to lose, well, we've got him in slot 7, so he's finally on rotation. Him and the Broly together, the new Broly once he's transformed, are really good. What I was going to say is that this Broly, is not a planetary destruction character, whereas the Z Brolys are. So we have to be careful with running the Turles army. We basically have Cell Max and the AGL Broly. They are our non-planetary destruction characters. But because we have double friend Brolys, we still have enough. Because you need 5, including the Turles army, for them to get their full passive. But that's the good thing about running a friend that is also on planetary destruction. Because then obviously, you know, your team is 7 characters, and with the 2 leaders you already have 2, right? So you only need 3 members on your team, so you can have 2 spare who aren't on planetary destruction or terrifying conquerors, depending on how you're building it for the Turles passive. So AGL Broly and Cell Max are our non-planetary destruction characters, so ideally we don't want to lose them from any like future builds of the team, which means that we probably will be, like I say, dropping Physical Turles for the Int Broly. I mean, Hirudegarn is one of those units that can absolutely like sell if he's not dodging, especially in like slot 1. But with this team, with the double Brolys and how good TEQ Broly is, we don't need to use Hirudegarn in slot 1 early on. So we can get him built up, potentially even get to the point where we can transform him before we kind of need to rely on him being in slot 1. So now, of course, the new Broly, his 18 key super is a Ki Blast super attack. So this AGL Gohan phase does nullify that attack, but we'd still get the action break for having 24 key, which is good. And then we get an additional super. And then, of course, the AGL Broly here, able to go off. The combo of having, like, the AGL Broly on this team and getting his transformation and getting the domain up, and then having that rotation with him and the new TEQ Broly does go pretty hard. It is a pretty solid rotation. It's unfortunate that Broly and Gogeta have the from their first turn condition. That's one of the good things about pretty much all the units from this worldwide, is they all have a turn condition that is from the start of battle, which is obviously the preferable version, because it doesn't matter if instances like now, where AGL Broly was in slot 7, it means it's going to be quite a long time until we're potentially able to actually transform him, which is a little bit annoying. Floating Cell Max off as well is an interesting choice. I know some people may be thinking, because he is one of the best units on the team, he's one of the best units in the game. But of course, something to bear in mind is that when we get to Beast Gohan and he starts rotation locking, obviously you can see here, this is what's happened with Physical Turles. The units that you float off come back onto the rotation in slot 1. So that's why a lot of the times against these bosses that can rotation lock you, you end up getting like a slot 3 unit that you don't really want to be a unit taking a bunch of attacks, ends up getting locked in slot 1. And obviously for Physical Turles, that would be really, really bad. So I don't know if it's best in this instance to do this, because we probably will kill him this turn. I guess it all just depends how quickly the Brolys are going to be able to kill on the next turn, because if we do this and then the double Broly, like, you know, the next 2 rotations go absolutely crazy, we might not actually get Physical Turles back on rotation at any point anyway. But I guess we'll see. Have to see how this pans out. So this is my Broly, who is only 55%, but he is full level 10 links. Of course, the 18 key super not doing any damage. We still get the action break though, which is good. Turles Army, I mean, it gives 1 less chance because he hasn't supered yet. So 1 less chance that they're going to eat a super with type disadvantage. But fortunately, they do a lot of damage as well themselves. So can Turles finish him off? Physical Turles really needs to finish him off here in order for us to be likely to be able to do Beast in 2 rotations and not see Physical Turles again. But he needs to get multiple supers and crits, which he's not going to do, is he? No, of course he's not. Bruh, this guy can super, like, potentially did 3 additional normals. This guy can super 4 times in 1 turn. And when we really need it, we got 1 super and 3 normals. So, great. Alright, well, there's no reason not to use this straight away. Like, because you can, and there is really no reason not to. So, but this is the good thing, like I say, about floating Hirudegarn and Cell Max, is that they are units that can go in slot 1. So if they then they come onto the rotation in slot 1 and get locked, it's not like instant GG, which it will be with some characters, right? Like Physical Turles, for example. If he gets locked in slot 1 on the turn where he comes back, since we're probably not going to 1-turn Beast Gohan now, that could be very bad. I mean, it could be instant death. This is one of the things about rotation locking bosses, and the reason why we've discussed many times that rotation locking bosses suck, is that the okay, interesting. Broly, I mean, I don't need to use Cell Maxes. The next rotation Turles would be on is going to be... He's not going to be on the next turn, is he? Because we just floated him off, or is he? No, we just floated him off the previous rotation. That was Hirudegarn got floated off on the last turn. I was going to say, trying to maybe think about saving Cell Max's active skill to protect Turles, but I don't think he's actually going to be on the next rotation. Not that it really matters, because I mean, Cell Max will tank Beast Gohan anyway, but maybe we need to do it just in terms to do more damage. I don't know. I think we will... Because, yeah, this is a rotation where I don't need to use the active skill. Like, he doesn't need it. So I think maybe we will not use it. So we'll do this, and then that drops those down for you. So we get tons of key. Cellmax is fully built up already. And of course, I was going to say, are we going to see the rare no Beast Gohan super in slot 1? But unfortunately not. Which of course means that Cellmax gets stunned and can't do anything now. That's the only annoying thing about even like using his active skill. Obviously talked about this before with the target abilities for characters who aren't Gogeta. Where like, it's all well and good to put all the attacks onto one character and then be able to tank the hits because they've got such high defense. But bosses that can stun and seal you still kind of mess things up for you because it means that character can't attack. Whereas obviously Gogeta has the target ability where he just dodges all of the attacks. So enemies who stun or seal you like don't make any difference. But this is why this is why dodge is becoming so useful, right, in hidden potential and just kits in general for like units, because having these bosses that can super attack you in slot 1, even if you are tanking the hit, you're getting stunned or sealed, and then it just makes the event take longer. Especially if we've got a team like this where like on a certain rotation we'd want TEQ, BROLY or Cellmax, like on this turn, to be in slot 1 because they're one of our big damage dealers, and then they can't actually do any damage. So okay, so BROLY got locked in slot 2. Well, realistically, all we can do here is do this. Does BROLY live a beast super in slot? I mean, if he supers first, he would. But is he going to super us immediately in slot 1? Potentially. I mean, we could go ahead and do the ape slap with Turles as well. Do a bit of extra damage. But yeah, this basically all boils down to if he super attacks in slot 1, I think we just instantly die. BROLY has 422k, so he should tank a normal. But yeah, and then what does Turles have defense-wise here? 600k. So we get a little bit of health back from the orbs. As long as he doesn't super slot 1, we should be good. But he did, so I was going to say, the only thing that helps me out here is I did give my BROLY quite a bit of dodge. So this is what I'm saying, and I've talked about my BROLY build before. A lot of people go full crit so that BROLY can get more crits in his base form. I gave him a lot more dodge because once he transforms, he has a pretty high crit chance. But that's the major difference right there, is if you have a full crit build BROLY who doesn't have any dodge, or maybe has 3 dodge, then we die there on this turn in slot 1. But because my BROLY has a pretty decent amount of dodge, he dodged the super from Gohan, and now we win. So, because everyone else on the rotation would tank for double digits, but I'm pretty sure the double BROLY combo here kills him. So, now obviously, even with, I think my BROLY has like 20 dodge, it's only a 20% chance. So it's not like, you know, if I had a scouter active and knew that he was supering in slot 1, it's not like I'm putting BROLY there being completely confident, like, oh yeah, we're fine here. But came in clutch, and then 34 million attack stat for the BROLY. That's the Rainbow Friend, right? 34 million with no support, bear in mind. Well, actually, I suppose we have a Goku family enemy, so we do, even though we didn't see the intro animation. No, we did. We did see it right at the beginning. I blacked it out because I haven't seen it for so long. The Turles support as well, but 34 million for BROLY on that turn, thanks to the links from BROLY, a bit of support from Turles, and the domain from the AGL BROLY. And there you go, that is Beast Gohan wiped out, the dodge from AGL BROLY saving the day. But TEQ BROLY, absolute monster, such a great unit. I'm very much enjoying using it, even with mine at 55%. Super, super good and super fun to use. So let me know what you guys think down below of BROLY. Is he better than Beast Gohan? Is he the new best unit in the game? I mean, we beat the Beast Gohan event, but it's not quite the same thing. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.